Good evening, everyone. It's a great pleasure and an honor for me to be here with you. For me, inner peace is not just an abstract concept. And what I'd like to speak with you about this evening is a little bit about the scientific research that supports the value of inner peace. So let's start with what the researchers say about inner peace. How do they define that? Well, they define inner peace as a state of contentment that's not dependent upon external circumstances. And so, how does science actually study that? Well, they're very interested in experienced meditators who very clearly are able to have deep experiences in a relaxed state of mental focus. So, what they do, there's two areas of interest that I'll share with you tonight very briefly. They're looking at the physiological markers that are indications of deep relaxation, mental clarity, harmony, balance. This is sort of your mental state, emotional state that is showing up in how your heart is working and also the brain. Two areas of the physical body that our science is able to study. So, what do they do with the heart with experienced meditators? Well, they find that the heart moves into very coherent rhythms. It's not just reduced pulse and lower heart rate, but it moves into what they call the heart rate variability. And this is an indication of less stress in the body. Very important. We know when there's more stress, this has an impact on your immune system, your stress hormones like cortisol. If you can reduce the stress in the heart, you will have immediate beneficial health effects. So we've proven that with science when they're monitoring the heart with experienced meditators who are able to demonstrate very real uh, effects when they move into a deep state that's similar to what we call inner peace. The other area, of course, is monitoring the brain. The brain, of course, is firing off electric signals all the time, and we can monitor that with electroencephalograms. So, with advanced meditators, again, what's happening in the brain with someone who's in that advanced state of deep relaxation, a clarity of mind, a harmony, balance? Well, they're moving into synchronized states of right and left hemispheric functioning, mostly in the alpha and the theta, very important brainwave states if you're looking at inner peace. So we've proven that over and over for many, many decades that that's what's going on in the brains of advanced meditators. So I'd like to share another area where there's been quite a lot of extensive research is with the Monroe Institute from the United States, which is a not-for-profit institute that has its own sound technology, and there's more than one now, with research of over 50 years. I'm a trainer here in Europe with their educational programs, so I know it firsthand, and I see the results are quite amazing because we're using sound technology to really help the listener to move into advanced meditative states similar to clarity, harmony, balance, inner peace very quickly with this sound technology. So I think it's also quite interesting that there's been a lot of clinical studies at the Monroe Institute. One was even done with open heart surgery using the HemiSync sound technology with very significant results. So we see health benefits, greater relaxation, better mental focus, better sleep, more clarity, balance. So all of these are very beneficial states for the human being, and they're all related to that state of inner peace. So I think the science is pretty clear that we've got really substantial evidence that inner peace is a very beneficial state to be in. So we know what it is. We've got the science to back it. So we've also got our history in our human species. Sound has been used to alter our states of awareness for as long as we know. So, what have they been using? They're using sound, using music, singing, chanting, drumming. All of these synchronize the right and left hemispheres of the brain. So it's kind of nice that this has been around for a long time and we're still doing it in the 20th and 21st century with institutes such as the Monroe Institute. So we know that there are benefits of this state of inner peace. And so let's think about this in our modern context today. We're living in a world that's changing fast. It's very challenging. There's a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety, a lot of uncertainty. These are all situations where an individual's personal balance and harmony can make a huge difference in their quality of life. And not only that, uh, as we're moving into these more beneficial, balanced states of awareness like inner peace, we're able to radiate that out in our communities. And we know that this has been tested. When they were using sound in ancient days, this was for group coherence. You would have people all gathered around a drumming circle to move into a state of awareness that's supportive for that community. So we're still doing that today, and I think there's room for a lot more of that. And this brings us up to where we are today with our peace pledge, because we've thought, well, we start with inner peace. And that's where we then build on that as a foundation for moving into global peace. And as each of us commit to this journey of inner peace, we're going to be able to radiate that out and really even shift the global consciousness, that consciousness unity, that conscious consensus of the sort of world we live in. As we're able to achieve our own inner peace, it has a knock-on effect of really untold consequences. And it's a great mystery that we're all researching and playing around with. And I really encourage all of you to continue to commit yourself to personal inner peace and to support our peace pledge. Really, it's a guide post on this personal path of inner peace. Thank you all very much.